You cannot build a real relationship with someone who will sacrifice you just to protect their ego. Because the moment conflict hits, right, as it will come along, they won't be trying to find actual peace. No, they'll be more concerned with trying to protect how they look and how they feel about themselves. And if you're busy trying to build something real with them while they're busy trying to defend something fragile, you're already in a losing game. The deck has been set, right? The foundation for failure is already laid out. It's just a matter of time from this point going forward. And see, the danger with ego-led relationships is these are the people who shut down, deflect, or blow up anytime they feel exposed. The moment their identity's in question in their mind, all their focus turns towards the preservation of that identity, not towards actual resolution. They'd rather argue a technicality than own the impact of their actions, because they're too busy confusing accountability with humiliation, right? See, this is why how we define things, different experiences in our mind, the label we give to it is everything. And if you're coming from an unhealed space where you have maybe some insecurities or whatever, inner wounds that cause identity crises in some way, then ego is going to be your best friend to make sure that you don't ever have to embrace a narrative or a labeling of yourself that you don't want to believe in. It's usually a lie, but if you believe that lie is real, and if something happens to expose that lie and make you have to face that it might be real, you're going to fight against that, right? So in those moments where one person just sees, hey, we just got to own our part and to help us work together, right? What they see is, me owning that means me confirming I'm not enough, or I am broken, or there's something wrong with me, or, or I'm not a good person, or whatever narratives that are going through their head. And that makes every conflict feel like war, not teamwork. Because when someone values being right more than being effective, the relationship always loses every single time. And what happens when you keep trying to build with someone like this is you wind up managing their ego instead of working through problems, right? You start to become a master of psychology just to navigate them so they don't blow up in all these different things, not a master of conflict resolution, right? Because your focus is going towards just managing, dealing with them, right? All your bandwidth's going there. So where focus goes, energy flows, and that's what grows, right? So you get really good at navigating them as a person, but not actually ever having resolved with them through issues you guys have together. Because just putting all your reps in the gym on trying to help regulate something that they should be championing for to grow on their own regard, right? Self-improvement. Now you walk on eggshells. Now you avoid the hard truths because you know it will just lead to a blow up, and you over-explain just to keep the peace. It becomes a real stressful and emotionally and mentally draining experience. But the problem is that peace you're trying to preserve never actually comes, because they're not actually fighting with you, they're fighting you, right? They're fighting against you because you right now, when you try to hold them accountable, are representing a source that is making them face themselves in a way that they try to run from, or they try to suppress, or try to deny within themselves, that they believe is true, that, you making them be accountable for something. If they have to own it, if they accept what you're saying, then that means, they're so bad, they're so wrong, some deep level wounds, right? And usually it comes down to the core of someone feeling like, at the end of it all, I'm not lovable, right? And one of the worst things we don't want to feel is that we're not lovable to people, or the ones that we care about, that we want to care about us. It makes you feel like you're not worthy, right? Like your self-worth is off in some way. And if that's what's going on a deep subconscious level, you're going to fight whatever makes you have to face that possible reality. And so if that is you coming to them as their partner to hold them accountable for something, they're going to fight against you, not with you. And then what happens? That becomes emotional burnout. Look, you can't build with someone who views every challenge as an attack, right? If every constructive conversation that challenges you both to grow to them means an attack on their character and everything else, then it's shot in the water. This is not going to evolve or build too far, or at least the foundation you built on is going to have cracks all in it, and it's just going to crumble in a matter of time. So what you need to look for instead in a partner is someone who can say, you're right, I didn't handle that well. They can just own it. Someone who can sit in discomfort and still choose the relationship, because choosing to own their part in you guys' obstacle or challenge you're facing doesn't mean to them that they're also choosing to say they're a bad person, right? Someone who values growth over pride. Accountability is never a weakness. It's actually one of the strongest things you could bring to a relationship. Relationships only work when both people can choose humility over ego, especially in the hard moments. Because love can survive damn near anything, except for someone who refuses to reflect, repair, or evolve. So if you need help building and sharpening your vetting tools to make sure you're not anchoring and trying to build with someone whose ego is going to ruin what you're trying to build with them, or if you need help working on your ego yourself so you don't sabotage something that could be great with someone, then email or DM me the word coaching and we will get to work, only if you're truly ready to put that work in actual coaching sessions. If you're not ready for one-on-one coaching, don't have the time, space, and maybe even the resources, then at least email or DM me the word transformation, and I'll see the link to my transformation course that I teach you the same things I teach my clients one-on-one at your own pace, on your own time, at a resource level more fit for what you can afford. But either way, do something to get in the race. Let's get it.